All right, friends, let's do it. Let's dive into the Tarot Snapshot. This is a 3 card reading, and I'm such a big believer that tarot, a spiritual path, it can provide us with a great deal of therapy, insight, guidance, and wellness. And that's my intention today, to bring us all, myself included, a little bit of wisdom and a little bit of clarity, a little bit of guidance, perhaps even a little bit of peace. The Tarot Snapshot is a 3 card reading. The first card is who we are in the moment. The second card is what vexes and perplexes us, our challenges. The third card is what heals and reveals. So let's dive into it. I'm going to shuffle 5 times and, take everything that I say with a grain of salt. But I find that a lot of our troubles are so universal, that we have so much going on at the same time. It's part of the human condition. Not all of it's going to be rainbows and unicorns. Some of it's going to be turmoil, strife, stress. So let's take a look here and see what the cards have to say in terms of guidance and wisdom. So the card that represents who we are right now in this moment, the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Every moment of our day, we are building for the future. Whether we realize it or not, we are constructing tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, with our efforts, with our actions. My question for you right now is, what kind of future are you building? Have you learned from the past? Because that's what this card is. It is learning from the past, the wisdom of the past, for the hope and the betterment of the future. What are the lessons in your life specifically? What are the lessons in your community and in your family and in the nation at large? This is asking you, what kind of future do you want to build? Because that's what we're doing. We're building that together, you and I, our families, our friends. We are constructing the very future. Let's make sure that today and last week, because today will become yesterday tomorrow, let's make sure that we aren't stifled by bitterness and anger and deception and heartache and all of that. We're all going to have awful stories handed to us at some point in our life. They cannot become our defining moment. And we can not absolutely use those to build the bricks of our future. So this is just a reminder that we are all co-creating our reality together, our lives, and where are we going with it? What are we doing with it? I know that no matter what's going on around me, I don't want to let what I'm exposed to, media, social media, all of that, to affect my efforts to create a brighter future. Okay. What vexes and perplexes us? The Emperor. Well, in the negative aspect, this would be the ruler, right? The male ruler. And let's talk about politics for a little bit. If you're happy with what's going on in the world around us politically, I guess I'm happy for you, because I do my damnedest to dig into facts, to dig into what's actually going on. The fact that our emperor is doing what he's doing, I try to stay as neutral as possible, but I'll tell you what, it seems very intentional to dismantle and break down the very fabric of our country. Still, no matter who is sitting on the throne, no matter who our ruler is, our president or wannabe king, we have to build for the future. We cannot allow the actions of a single man and all of the awful stuff that he's doing to distract us from building a healthy future for ourselves and our body and our community and our dreams and our hopes, all of that. Let's talk about what heals and reveals. The King of Swords. We have 2 men on a throne here. Now, the swords can absolutely represent justice. I'm a big believer that justice will always prevail. Like Martin Luther King Jr. said, the arc of the universe always bends towards justice. We have to have faith that higher powers are involved in all of this. And for me, maybe a coping mechanism is that sometimes things have to break down before they can be, they can become better. Sometimes we have to use the strength of our mind to maintain peace. There is a vast difference between emotionally reacting and intellectually responding. We can't deny our emotions. Our emotions will motivate us. They are a source of energy for us. But when you consume media, when you're reading the news, watching the news, staying up to date in whatever way you are you emotionally reacting or are you intellectually responding? That right there, I think the intellectual response that the swords represent is a huge benefit to us all. Stay up to date, but don't let it consume you. You have to be careful of that because your body does not know the difference between a forest fire or all of the stress that social media can induce in you. Now, I encourage everybody to stay up to date. I encourage everybody to stay engaged in every single way that's possible, but don't allow it to affect your mental and physical health. That's not using the mind. That is just flailing with the sword. And I love that analogy that the mind represents the sword in tarot and vice versa. Because if you don't use the sword with skill and grace, you're going to hurt yourself or other people around you. If you don't use your mind with skill and grace, you're going to hurt yourself and other people around you. How can you stay engaged? How can you stay aware, but not allow all of that to affect your health? Such an important reminder for all of us. And perhaps you love what's going on in the government and the nation around us. If you're a person that's watching this and you love that, well, take this lesson and apply it to any other stress that you have in your life right now. It's not about how you react, it's about how you respond. And there's a vast difference between that. Keep that in mind. And remember, build your future in a wise way as much as possible. So much love to you. Take care of yourself. And as that great adage says, it's a sign poster somewhere, keep calm and carry on. I'll see you next time.